was a noise from somewhere deep. We heard the sound, it was bittersweet. Voices calling out from an aching heart, getting so much closer by staying apart, singing a song of hope and love that heals. You heard when I heard, I feel what you feel. We will survive, we will stay strong. Love is the word, and hope is the song. The streets are empty, but the sky is clear. You want somebody and can't have them near, taking shelter where you can when the world is at stake. Alone together, trying hard not to break, singing a song of hope and love that will heal. You heard when I heard, I feel what you feel. We will survive, we will stay strong. Love is the word, and hope is the song. A song for the lonely, the tired and the weary. A song for the broken, the mighty. Can you hear me? Get beyond our pride and greed, share everything that we need. We won't be ignored. We will be restored. Singing a song of hope and love that will heal. You heard when I heard, I feel what you feel. We will survive, we will stay strong, 'cause love is the word, and hope is the song.
It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Brooklyn Cafe studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat at the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, or a movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in free 888-994-4995 right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Welcome to a beautiful,
Tuesday.
spectacular Tuesday. I see you guys. There's some work in the mini gallery. There's a big hole behind me.
It's because the ones behind us are going to go there.
Oh.
All in my head. Here's the scary thing. Happy Tuesday. I keep saying it's Wednesday. Happy Tuesday to you. But Amy Rashevsky and I planned this all out in our mind yesterday. So when our bright minds come together, I dare say that Slick and Hector actually understand it.
You guys are very scary people. But it does look nice in here. All of the art here is for sale.
Yes.
And the machines that you see around us, the robots, also are for sale. Everything is for sale. And what we wanted to do today was talk about advertising and talking about your business and how to get to that next level, because there is a change upon us. Did you see the numbers?
Hey, new mom, how you doing? Change numbers as far as what?
The numbers are coming down. Things are getting better a little bit, little bit, little bit.
Little bit, little
But
bit.
it all starts with a little bit. And when we start doing business, it's never going to be the same. I get that. But when we start doing business on a more general sense, evenly, you want to be ready. So we want to talk about merchandise, talk about merchandise stores. We want to talk about out-of-the-box thinking.
I think it's the different way of delivery, which is what we get to do every day, and think a little bit more out of the box in our mini gallery. It's like a tiny home. You know that house, the show they do called Tiny Houses, Tiny Homes? We kind of have a tiny gallery, but everything here is for sale. Everything is to support the arts and the artists. We've got Amy Reshevsky, Max Lazega, we've got Jay Harmon, we've got Mark Dane, Robin Weiss, all these amazing and 48 Star collectibles. Some of them proceeds go back to Hugs and Smiles with some of the artists. Others are just here and they advertise with us, and some have amazing shows. Amy Reshevsky's show is incredible. Jay Harmon is now on Skillshare, how to draw grapes, if you ever wanted to know that.
How to draw.
How to draw in general, and the patience that it takes. But these are the new pieces that we are spotlighting from Amy Reshevsky. They're going to be on her show tomorrow. Tomorrow her show is coming to you live from Australia, which is tomorrow here, but Thursday there. They're a whole day ahead of us.
That's today or tomorrow?
It's tomorrow, Florida time. It's Australia. It's Thursday, actually, so it's not today at all. So that's where it gets a little bit complicated and wonky. But it's all good. We got all that going on.
We got all sorts. And I want to talk about the different aspects. We're talking about music again. We're talking about shows. We're talking about venues. Getting ready for 2022.
Oh, my gosh.
Because we're flying through 2021.
I know. It's the end of February, actually. Isn't
It
that
is.
amazing? March 1st is Monday.
It is. We have a big event on Sunday, the 28th, all the way out by
West in the Everglades. It's going to be a great event. It's to support Alzheimer's and the Brain Bowl. This will be our 4th year that we've had the honor to cover this event. And because of COVID, it is now going to be outdoors at a park. It is going to be COVID recommended. Masks are to be worn. Pet friendly. There's a pet contest. There's a wallaby and dogs and cats and what else? There's a wallaby and an alpaca. So you want to check that out, brainbowlevents.org. Tickets are $20. All proceeds go back to support Alzheimer's research and for Alzheimer's in general. Over 50 vendors are going to be there. We're going to be there. You're going to be there, Hector? Set up the tent. We're going to have a twofold production. Half the production is going to be at the park, and the other half is going to be coming right from our studio. So I think Lena Sosa from Fuego is going to be here as the host, so we can kick it back to her.
Well, she's going to also bring in our Hispanic following, because, you know, Alzheimer's among the Latino community is running even worse than anybody else. So she's going to entertain a little bit in Spanish and explain what's going on for our Spanish-speaking audience. She's going to be here talking with Amy in English as well. I got to do that yesterday. If you see the show we aired it today, we talked a little bit about that as well.
Nice.
But the nice thing is that we are going to try something that's never been done, and I'm going to tell you, I am scared to death.
We've got our executive producer coming in. I am beyond. All I can do is think about yesterday when Melanie McCool, she's got the perfect name, says, you just have to stay calm in your subconscious mind and go and kind of ebb and flow with it and go, all right, here's a little hiccup and ebb and flow with it instead of having this whole roller coaster ride. So I am working on the ebbs and the flows of my inner self-conscious.
Is that what you call it?
Yeah, I'm working on that one.
I see that you got all the ladies in there working on their ebbs and flows too.
Really?
Yeah.
What ebb and flow?
I went in there as a kid, and they look at me like, really? We're in the middle of doing something.
They're
Get
very
out.
busy. So Amy, we're working on our new logo for our morning show, which Valerie put together and Amy Reshevsky is painting. So I had this inspiration from one of her paintings right over there. It's her mosaic. That from where I sit, it looks like a sun with sunglasses and the Statue of Liberty coming out as the rays from my perspective.
Your perspective.
So when I got up close and personal with the picture and I took a picture, I sent it to Amy. It's like up close and maybe not, but think like 20 feet away and what you see. In the mind of Dawn. Kind of like the mind, not the mind of a male is all I can say.
Well, the mind of a male, I'm going to see if Slick and Blake and Hector can put together a logo so that we can begin. Our mind of a male tour.
Really? Where are you going first? Landscaping?
We are going to go to different places where we will be doing manscaping. Now you do. Oh, look at you and Blake left. You do realize that when you manscape, it doesn't mean that they have to shave your body, darling. That's completely false. Women do that.
What are you going to do?
You shave your leg. Guys don't do that. We trim proper.
It's kind of like the first time. I don't even wanna
Right,
go
Slip?
there.
Did we wake you?
He's thinking.
I'm a 4. I mean, for us guys, and
You
I'm only
mean?
speaking
How
for
many
myself.
times you gonna say I mean?
I tend to go Scandinavian, like it was spick and spam, very
The hell is that?
clean,
Kind
like
of like a
very
Brazilian for a guy.
very Michael Phelps
Really?
before a race, you know,
Really?
no hair. You know, I mean, naked mole rat, basically.
Why is it that when women do their thing, they get beautiful and sexy? When guys do the things, I'm just thinking.
Disgusting.
How they kind of disgusting. I just want to be
It
smooth.
goes against the laws of nature.
Put some coconut oil, you be smooth, you know? That's
You know, an oily woman is sexy. An oily guy,
It's just
not
oily?
so much.
you sure?
And yesterday, we happened to have missed National Margarita Day yesterday, and whatever
Oh, no,
we were
we
talking
didn't
about.
miss it.
We postponed it to today.
Well, we had a very serious conversation
Yes.
yesterday, so we postponed it to today.
So Teddy's out in the back doing a National Margarita
It's funny
Day.
how Teddy gets her second win very quickly.
Isn't that funny?
She's walking around with tequila. She's very happy.
And Jeff's going to be calling in, Jeff Greenberg. Promo stuff for you. And Hector, we've got some new food coming out this week for Homemade with the Animator. Focaccia.
What is he doing? What are you doing?
Focaccia.
What is he doing?
Focaccia.
What is focaccia?
Focaccia bread.
Or it's like a bread?
Never had focaccia? You have. You just don't know what it's called.
I don't know what it is.
In an Italian restaurant, where you put some olive oil on it, a little bit of sauce, and cheese.
A
You
little
can do that.
sauce,
Sauce
a
and
little
cheese.
sauce. Tracy, how are you, Tracy? We miss you.
Ooh, this looks delicious.
What do you do?
Tracy, Teddy wants to know, how do you always know that she's making alcohol?
Because it's getting closer to Friday. All right, what do you got
It's
cooking
Tuesday.
now?
We've got focaccia. Hector, you got to grab a mic. Tell us what we got here.
Well, it's focaccia bread. It's combined with all sorts of herbs and spices and a healthy amount of garlic.
Healthy amount of garlic. All right, I'm going to pass this healthy amount of garlic over to you.
What
Yeah.
is? Oh, it goes with cheese?
Well, not necessarily. If you want to see what I was planning this episode, feel free to join in this Saturday morning. But again,
It's really good.
Again, just to make an interesting appetizer, I decided to just make it sort of like a deconstructed pizza. It's sort of like a deconstructed pizza with some fresh mozzarella, some warm tomato sauce. Sounds like a good appetizer if you want to impress
This is
people.
so. Have you had any, Blake? No. Oh my gosh, you guys have to get some.
Lucky for the rest of you guys, I brought plenty.
Because I'm not counting points on this. Does it matter? Is it the points are in my head?
Well, the good thing about the bread, it is, it's supposed to be flat. Again, you don't really get a lot, but you do. But when you get it, it's supposed to be like fresh from the oven.
Hector,
Nice
this
and
is
hot.
so good.
The
spices, do you use fresh or in a jar?
Well, if you want to know, please stay tuned for the episode.
So I've tried to start cooking, and here's what I find. I have a problem with spices. I have a problem with cooking in general, but Hector's food always comes out so good. The oregano
garlic
on
that
here is delicious.
Unbelievable.
The what?
The garlic. Oh,
Right?
wow.
It's fresh garlic.
It's like having a pizza. You put a little sauce on it, a piece of cheese, and a pizza.
He
away
says
you
it's
go.
deconstructed pizza. That's pretty much, you guys got to have some. Blake and Slick,
Of course, yeah.
it's really good. And the
Tracy, you
sauce?
gotta have this down at the Seminole.
Mm.
So if you're having like a little tequila or something,
here's
this
some
is
drinks
the
for you.
perfect.
Wow.
They're slightly questionable.
Slightly questionable. Did you make the sauce also?
Of course not. I didn't have time for that.
Well, that's good too. That is really good, Hector. Wow. And then now we've got National Margarita Day.
Wow, that's pretty good. Teddy,
Wow.
that's good.
Nice job, Teddy. Thank you. Nothing like having some focaccia and a margarita to wash it down on a tasty Tuesday. How do I like that? Tasty Tuesday.
Sounds good. No, sounds like a way to make a better Tuesday better.
It definitely makes a Tuesday better. I got to tell you, you guys got to have some of this focaccia. It is absolutely delicious. Fresh garlic
Fresh garlic.
and herbs. And how long does it take? A long time to make?
Surprisingly, no. But if there's a good thing about focaccia, the recipe does allow you to get lazy. You'll see. Again, if you want to know what I'm talking about, please check in this week's episode, Saturday at 9:30 a.m. Brought to you by the Kids Television Network.
I have to tell you, I told you, people were texting me over the weekend how much they love your show, so I kept sharing it to other pages, and people are watching and commenting, and I actually played a rerun I put on your thumbprint cookies, but just how you do it is amazing. Nice job. You guys got to get some of this. You want some more?
Yeah, because I'm looking at the points, and I just had only 3 points.
Really? Teddy wants some mozzarella. You guys got to get some food.
We gotta get lunch. Now, Hector's opened up my appetite.
There's another pizza place there, and I wanted to give them a call. It's called Stoner Pizza Joint.
Oh, I've had that. It's way too overpriced.
Too overpriced.
Yeah.
Hector, we got to get you a pizza oven. Do you have something favorite that you love to cook?
There you go.
That's the thing. They're just kind of like baking in general.
Baking bread, cookies, anything like that?
You know, it's because I never actually had to do some. I've actually found myself in a position where you have to make one thing for everyone. I just sometimes Grandma says, "Could you please make me this?" and I do it. I said, Mom and Grandma like the fact that I know how to make chicken wings in the oven, so I do that for them. But I don't exactly give. But the thing is, I never really give it too much thought.
You'd rather bake.
I mean, if you had to give me a choice of what to do, I do enjoy baking. So.
Well, I got to tell you, you do it really well. So tune in on Saturday to the Kids Television Network. Homemade
What
with the
time is
Animator
Hector
airs
on?
at 9:30.
I thought it was 10:30, but it's 9:30. I guess. It's Saturday morning. You'll find.
9:30 is the new 10:30.
Yeah.
You're not on camera. You're good. Keep going. Can't wait to hear what you guys say. It is absolutely delicious. Check it out. I know you wash everything down with coffee. It's the seasoning on it. I mean, the consistency of the focaccia is totally restaurant worthy. And the seasoning, he's got it just right.
Good stuff.
It's delicious. You like it a lot? All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we've got Jeff Greenberg, Promo Stuff for You, joining us in the house talking about promotional merchandising, how to get your business to the next level, thinking out of the box or within the box, actually, if you want to talk promo items for National Margarita Day. So stay tuned. Give us a call, 888-994-4995, Studio A. We'll be right back. Welcome to your vacation staycation. And what better way to kick back than to blend up a sweet pina colada, a smooth mojito, or just a nice stiff rum and coke. If you want true relaxation and enjoyment, then you want Gubba Rum. Gubba Rum is a unique rum infusion. Gubba Silver Rum is infused with real shredded coconut, and Gubba Rum Gold is infused with real shredded vanilla bean. Both are made with certified organic ingredients. Each infused Gubba Rum is 35% ABV, 70 proof, and as we say in Boston, wicked smooth. So if you're looking for the best combination of taste, smoothness, quality, and price, your clear choice is Gubba Rum. If you want that wicked smooth taste for yourself or your vacation staycation, visit GubbaRum.com to find your closest liquor store that carries Gubba Rum Gold and Gubba Rum Silver. Gubba Rum, it's wicked smooth.
Please join us for the 7th Annual Brain Bowl as we bark and browse to end Alzheimer's at the Burt Aronson South County Park. $20 per person. A socially distant outdoor vendor event. All safety precautions will be adhered, including face coverings. Proceeds to help those living in our community addressing Alzheimer's, dementia, and Parkinson's. For more information, contact Pamela Polani Esquire, 561-496-4222, or visit us at brainbowlevents.org. Born in Marseille, France, Max Lazega creates whimsical and free-flowing interpretive art. His 40 years in the construction industry created the foundation for his craft. His unique work displays his view of the future with bold and playful combinations of materials and processes, but the methodology remains consistent. He fuses recycled materials and discarded building supplies into a fresh, well-executed approach. Lazega has lived in Miami, Florida most of his life, where he pursues his lifelong passion of creating industrial art. For more information, contact Max Lazega at artworkstudios.org or 786-326-8873.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Very nice. There you go.
Nice job, guys.
Very nice, Valerie. Just like that. Nice. Nice.
Nice
Segways.
and calm. And we're back at the Brooklyn Cafe on a tasty Tuesday. Wow, we've got Margarita Day, which was yesterday. I'm laughing from this morning because there's lipstick on every single one of my glasses. So don't partake in my glasses.
We talked about, I went into a restaurant and they had lipstick on the mug.
The girl was just flirting with me. So
Really? Well, that's the wrong way to flirt, because
waitress say, hey, give him my glass.
it's a good thing nobody can hear you because you ain't got no mic.
Slick grab a mic. We've got Jeff Greenberg promo stuff for you on our VMix also. Let's bring Jeff over. How did you guys like the focaccia?
Excellent.
Splendid.
10 stars.
Cheese. Yes.
I could
All I'm
open up
missing
a
is a
restaurant.
charcuterie board.
There you go.
Honestly, I wouldn't have thought maybe charcuterie, but then again, that would probably have to buy the pepperoni for it.
Yeah, true.
But now that I think about it, that would be an interesting project for a charcuterie board, pizza-themed charcuterie.
The deconstructed pizza. It was delicious. So tune in on Saturday at 9:30 for Homemade with the Animator to learn how to make focaccia bread. The
Very nice.
deconstructed pizza.
I like it. This
That's
kid
what I'm
can
going to
cook.
call it. He's good.
He is good. He
He
has
is
a
good.
whole fan base on his goodness.
He is very good. All right, let's bring
It'd be nice
Jeff
to meet them,
over.
though.
Jeff Greenberg, promo stuff for you. Had your, I can't say your first podcast. You've had a podcast before. Nice hat, by the way.
I know a guy who makes them.
You know a guy that makes Brooklyn Cafe Show hats? I can't wait to get ours. That's why we thought you were coming in so we would have it for the weekend.
We thought we were getting the merchandise to put on for the Sunday event.
Well, that stuff is currently being printed, so I couldn't bring it in.
Is
What
it-
about what's on your head?
That's printed and it's on my head.
All right, and there you have it. How'd your podcast go?
So it was painful. This is the black one.
Oh, those are nice.
The embroidery came out super special.
Those look spectacular. Wow.
Yes, I know I didn't.
You did them. You and your needle went like this. How'd the podcast go?
Painful.
Why?
I'm not good at it.
But you're so good at talking. How could you not be good at podcasting?
I know, but I'm talking to a screen. If I'm talking in front of all of you, I'm gonna make you laugh, cry, whatever. But talking into a screen like that, it's difficult.
It's the stand-up comic syndrome.
Well, I'm so short, I have to sit down.
Well, we were wondering why you weren't here because you work better in person than you do on the screen.
Well, I'm not here because we have a bunch of meetings today, and I couldn't get out.
But he set it up for Tuesday. Okay. I mean,
Yeah, but-
it's
but
a learning
I-
curve.
But wait a second. I had always thought it was going to be remote. That's
But
why
it
we
works
had that.
remote. That is the beauty
It
of
can
what we
be,
do.
but you seem to work better flesh to flesh.
True, but I understood it as we were doing it remote. Also because Francesca, it was remote too.
I heard she did a great job.
She's fantastic. She's
What
so
did-
smart.
What did she talk about?
Well, we talked a little bit about our social media. So Francesca is the newest member of our team, and she's handling all our social media now. So right now, her and I are working on strategy and bringing our social media to the next level. I mean, we brand ourselves quite well, but I think we need some help on our social media side.
That's the hardest part. Is you got great businesses and great ideas, but you got to get the rest of the world to think outside of the box and do a little bit of things differently, like these virtual cocktail kits that you could use for National
awesome?
Margarita Day.
Aren't those awesome?
These are fantastic. I love these. I love the embroidered hat.
Now, one of the things that I wanted to talk to you about is that I would like to do virtual business seminars where people who have businesses can tune into this thing. Because you have over 1 million different merch items. You do everything from socks to toothpicks. And it depends on what the business is to think outside the box.
You do socks?
I do. As a matter of fact, I literally just emailed my guy today about doing some promo stuff for you socks because I need some promo items.
So I have to tell you, for 2 years for Christmas, I've been wanting to get you promotional socks.
So why haven't you?
And then I wanted to get I was going to get everyone in here socks for the holidays based on what they like Slick, but I couldn't decide what everybody would want. So this would like kind of work for everything because you always wear like your cool Beatle socks. Slick's always got funky socks. I don't know what Hector's socks are, but I think socks are kind of fun and cool. Would you do Brooklyn Cafe Show socks or would you do Slick Speak socks? Like what would you do?
I will wear them all. A pack of 6.
Well, yeah, the only thing is when it comes to those socks, you require a certain amount, a certain minimum. So like some products we can do and some we can't without having a minimum order quantity. So, I mean, now that I say that, actually, there is something that we could do, but I have to talk to Andrea about it. But mostly, the socks that we get there's a minimum order.
But I think socks would be so much fun because you always have funky socks on. Slick always does. The girls are the girls when they wear socks. Teddy usually has sneakers on.
What we should do is do a sock with the Brooklyn Cafe logo on it and then everybody's logo on it. So everybody's in on it.
That is a great idea.
See, that is a great idea because then you're highlighting it. But it's the thinking out of the box that I like, Jeff. We actually are having the first breakfast, which is a spin-off of the Last Supper, and everybody in the house is going to be on this. You're going to be holding a cow, promo stuff for you.
You're going to be holding a bell.
Which is a nice piece.
She holds you up.
but it's always about trying something a little bit different, trying to get somebody's attention, like the Carvel commercials. Everybody still remembers them because they were so bad.
Fudgy the whale cake.
It speaks. Fudgy the whale cake speaks low like that.
But that's what people need right now. It's different promotional merchandise, not just regular. I know you love pens, but different promotional things that make sense with your business. You and I always talked about getting microphones and what makes your business stand out that's different and unique.
We have the little fudgy microphone.
Yeah, Jeff brought some in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we needed to do them branded with the Brooklyn Cafe on them.
Correct. Not only that, but
so John could throw something at Freddie without actually hitting him.
No, that's been done too. But there are some instances where things occur. Like I wanted to tell you, we had the Mars landing with NASA, and there's a date, and I wanted to somehow highlight something from the show with that date, so it becomes like a collector's item. And if there's 100 of them made, that's it. I don't want any more made because it's for that particular day. Maybe when Slick does his first show, it has a date. And if there's 20 or 30 of them, that's it. I don't want to do any more of them. So to highlight the memory of your business to a date, I think is kind of cool.
That's interesting. Kind of like when you get incorporated as a business.
Something
Established
like
in like EST 2016 or something like that. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Actually, you just gave me an idea.
Yeah, I give you lots of ideas.
Yeah, you do. Thank you for the podcast ideas, by the way. I was drowning.
You weren't drowning. You were fine. You got to sort of cut your teeth, because how are we going to help you if we don't know what you're doing yet? But this is part of the growth. Okay, Gubba. I asked Gubba to send me a little wine, a little barrel, those miniature barrels, so that you could do a
Like you
Gubba
age rum
stand.
in?
Yes. So you could do a Gubba stand with 2 bottles on a barrel. And people will remember that. More than anything else, they're going to remember that.
I want to get a keg in here like that.
Yeah. It's an empty keg there, big boy. Empty keg.
I don't know, but if you hang out with Jeff long enough in his new group that hopefully things are opening up, we're going to be able to have a keg in here.
That'd be great.
Yeah, we actually, Jeff, are talking about how to clear the floor to do the event, as things are getting a little bit better. I'm not there yet. And the shots are going to be distributed. I heard 44 million were distributed, and he's looking for 100 million. As it gets better and better, we're going to do this the right way. We're going to do it the safe way. But I'm thinking that maybe we do business seminars. And Jeff has so many, I mean, I'm always thinking about different ideas, you know, whether it's a T-shirt that glows in the dark or the mask. Remember you had the mask that lit up? Things like this, because now that people are going to start going back slowly, even though I've seen some events where people are just ridiculous. But as it's happening, you want to be the first to try different things. Don't be afraid of trying. It's like Miss Cool said yesterday. You know, you got to be in touch with what goes and grows. And some of the things that he brings in are just phenomenal. Phenomenal. This little box of drinks is this thing is crazy. That's a crazy piece to put together.
Yeah, it's really cool because it gives you enough for 2 drinks, and so if you're not drinking alone, and if it's a virtual, it gives you everything you need to make that drink except the alcohol. So it's a really cool idea.
And then you can repurpose the box for something fun and cool. I love the baseball hats, though. I think the baseball caps are fantastic.
Thank you.
There's
I'm
so
really
many
proud
great
of it.
things. I think those are just fantastic. These little shakers, these are great ideas also.
Yes, so I'm working on that for you. I found a good supplier, but I'm just waiting on pricing.
So these are great because we're going to be doing some virtual events. You know, that's something else we can work on for your group. I know networking, but a lot of the people in our demographic have not been vaccinated, which would be the ones that would be coming to an event. So it can be small like we're doing for Fem City, and then we're opening it up virtual for everybody else. So that's another option to consider. And what we're going to do is actually put a Zoom link on here. So everyone who's virtual can be seen and do what they need to do. We're going to mirror it on the TV. And we can do it in-house, we're doing for 14, and then opening it up for everybody else outside, because our demographic right now is not, the good and the bad, we're not eligible for the vaccine. Not yet.
Now, the other thing is I wanted to get a pen that looks like a needle.
Like a syringe.
Sure.
Like a syringe that says the Brooklyn Cafe on it, and date it. And again, I don't want 1 million. I want it to be specific as to when
Syringe.
it opens up and everybody can get the vaccine. And I want to put that date on there because that's going to become a collector's item. You'd be surprised. I have newspapers from the 1969, the Mets winning the World Series. I have it in a frame. There's all sorts of things. I have a flag from 9/11 that's tucked away.
Here's what I'm thinking. We take that shot, the syringe, and you make that your first shot of Gubba or Lost Harbor, and then we make that a cocktail event. So here's your first shot, and it holds 1 ounce, and then you compare it with a drink, and then you have
cool
something
too.
fun.
There's all sorts of things that we can come up with.
You know, my mom used to have an IV.
Yes.
It looked like an IV, but it was for vodka.
I had it too. I had that too.
I have that on me right now.
I'm pretty sure you do. That's why he didn't want to come in because
do not insert at home.
He was stuck at his IV.
Pretty much, you know. Do not inject this at home on your. It's one of those crazy things.
Well, the amazing thing is that Jeff, he never says no. He may not agree with what you want to do, but he never says no. He has a whole list of different things that you can try. Sometimes you mix it, and sometimes you don't. I'm hoping that our lettering comes in Thursday.
Yeah, again, Andrea is the signage and graphics lady, and that's her job. And my job is to sell you the cool drink software stuff, and of course, the merch. So I don't know. I have to ask Andrea.
As he puts on his hat. Are you going to be there Sunday?
I'm not, and I apologize. What time is it?
From
11 to
11 to 2. You should make a cameo.
I would love to, but I promised my son for his great grades and all sorts of good stuff that he's done that I was taking him to Star Wars Galaxy Edge this weekend.
What is that?
It's Disney, and it's all designated towards Star Wars.
Oh, you're going to Disney. Wow. When was the last time you were at Disney?
A long time.
Wow. I haven't been to Disney in a very
I
long
kind
time.
of like that. Can you send me the link to that?
You want to go to Disney World, see Star
Well,
Wars
I
Galaxy?
wanted to do something with Gio and Joey. Joey's not coming on this trip, but I wanted to do something when Joey's in the house. And I had said to Freddie that I wanted to take Rowan to Port St. Lucie to watch the Mets play because they're a little older now. Joey is still young, but Rowan is a little bit older now. He can appreciate that stuff. So, but that sounds like a blast.
Well, my son is looking forward to making his own lightsaber.
Yes, I understand that. Blake right now is about falling off his chair because he's thinking,
I haven't been since it opened, and that's I've always wanted to go. So.
You have never been there.
No, not to Galaxy Edge. To Disney, I have but
I've never been there.
do you ever think of like the lightsaber as truly the light of what it is?
And it
Goodness
begins. Okay.
versus
Drink,
evil
drink, drink,
and
take-
the light.
Ah, boy,
Batman.
there we
I was thinking about this yesterday. Right?
There we go.
It's the good versus the evil, and good should always prevail with the light, Batman. I need a light on my wand, Jeff.
I have those.
You do?
Yeah, I can get you a lighted wand.
You're holding out on me?
No, I was not holding out on you. You didn't ask.
I didn't ask. I want you to know, because of you and working with Wayne Henry, you now have a neighbor in the afterlife.
Awesome.
So we're starting a Brooklyn Cafe neighborhood afterlife.
Okay. Oh, by the way, just to go back to the charcuterie board, which made me really hungry, thank you very much.
Yes.
We do branded charcuterie boards, and there's some really cool ones.
That would be great for Homemade with the Animator.
Sure, just pony up the cash for it and I'll do it.
Well, no, maybe we can set up a merch store for you, all cooking things for Homemade with the Animator.
We can do that.
I mean, yeah, that'd be kind of cool, actually.
That would be kind of cool, right? An apron, maybe a hat.
Apron, we got aprons for you guys. I'm just waiting for them.
So think about it, because they're working on his store, Teddy's store, Val's store, but Homemade with the Animator, we haven't worked on yet, and yours could be Slick has shoes in his store, but you could have like a whole cooking baking theme. The apron, maybe there's
I think measuring instruments will
measuring cups, things like that. You have that, I'm sure, too, Jeff?
Yep.
That could be a whole lot of fun.
Slick has shoes in his store.
Yes, they're $199.
Yep.
Slick has shoes, Converse.
I mean, you like shoes.
Slick has shoes in his store.
Yes.
That's interesting.
What are you doing?
I'm sharing out. First of all, you gave me a mission on Google.
Did you figure it out?
Yes.
Thank
and
you.
I'm taking care of it. But it's interesting. Again, shoes are interesting. Anything.
But think about the baking, the cooking side for Homemade with the Animator. How amazing that would be.
You know what? The cooking hat.
Yep.
Kids love dress up. You know the little baking hat and the apron.
That'd be cool, but we really recommend getting an actual pair of goggles.
Goggles, yes, because he wears the goggles. All of that stuff is
Yeah. We can do chef's hats. We can do chef's jackets.
That would be fantastic.
Apron, knives. We can do knives.
He has a
that'd be
phone call. Look. Hello?
Someone's calling.
That's right. Call Jeff right now and order your merchandise.
Yes.
Drive him crazy.
Yes.
What is your phone
Record.
number?
561-693-2117.
And you are located in Wellington,
In Wellington.
but everything can be done virtually. And besides all the promo stuff, the promotional small items, you do big signage. You're actually contracted right now we're working on a sign for outside our theater that's going to say AMP2 Media Productions. I am very excited that that is actually moving forward. It took us a little while to move it forward, but we're getting it done.
I know for a fact that Andrea was talking about the permit yesterday.
So all the pieces are actually falling into place. So I have confidence that will be here in the next 6 months. And I say that not lightly. I say that because of permitting through the city of Boca Raton, not for any other reason. Is if we get it in the next 6 months, we'll be lucky.
I think we'll get there.
So it's pretty exciting.
It is. Been waiting a long time.
I
That's
know.
so exciting.
Your vision, Batman. All right, Jeff, thank you so much. More to come. We got to see you this week because we need our merch for the weekend.
It will be there this week.
Thank you very much.
All right,
Oh,
big guy.
Yoda man, have a fun time this weekend.
Love your hat.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Yoda says, and it shall be done.
Nice stuff. But again,
Done it shall be.
give Jeff a call and get your merch store. Get it done. Try new things. Try networking with new things. In other words, if I don't know you and I meet you for the first time, I would say right away, listen, I'd like to put a wand with both our companies on it and go in that direction if you want to network that way.
And I got to tell you, Stan with Parkland, he left a whole bag of pens for us. So you talk about branding, that we're going to be giving some of those out also.
Absolutely.
If someone said, who left all the pens? Well, it was Tony with Stand with Parkland. He's going to be joining us again, I hope, Thursday night to host his
We
own
have to
show.
verify that, but yeah.
We have to check that out also. So a lot of stuff coming. I am excited about the signage because the name is actually, we talked about it, we branded it as an idea, and now it is branded and it will be official.
And we ordered the flags. Only one was finished so far. Apparently, they're very complicated. And we have one
It
coming
looks
in for the
fantastic.
front. I would love when the other two come in because it highlights you from the street. So you can actually see the studio.
It looks great. There'll be a name up there, and we're good to go, Batman.
And I'll send Slick up there with a flashlight to light it up.
What's the name of the TV show that everyone's watching that's Baby Yoda?
It's called The Mandalorian.
You guys all love that show?
It's amazing.
I never watched it.
What is it?
What?
I know. They love it.
What is it?
It's
Oh.
okay. Easiest way I can explain it is think of an old western.
You're talking to a mic.
Just think of
No,
an
your
old-
mic.
Wait, we're live.
Yeah.
Yes, Sector, we're live.
I forgot about that. Easiest way I can explain it is think like one of those old westerns that you used to watch. The ones with Clint Eastwood, like back in the day. Then imagine that, but with Star Wars.
You love it, Blake?
Yeah, it's very like the good, the bad, the ugly sort of vibe to it, but with a Star Wars like
The good, the
filter
bad,
over
and
it.
the
And
ugly.
John Favreau.
That's too much of a mixture for me.
And it's just.
It's not that weird. I mean,
Did you watch it, Slick?
Hard pass. I never watched it yet.
Why? You
I
don't
never
like
watched-
spaghetti westerns?
I never really liked intergalactical stuff like.
You like westerns? Blazing Saddles.
Blazing
Saddles doesn't
hard
count. It's a
pass.
parody.
It's
But
funny though.
I know it's a great movie.
The good, bad, and the ugly.
Again, also a great movie.
I just know.
The entirety of the Django, the whole Django series.
I never.
The Django? Yeah, it's
saw
not
the
my
Django
thing.
I gotta watch the
series.
Django.
I'm not talking about Django Unchained. That was like a long time ago. There's like an entire series of Django movies, like
Yeah.
back in the heyday of the spaghetti western.
Did you see True Grit?
The original or the remake?
The original.
How great
No.
is this?
The remake was in color, and True Grit was in black and white, right?
No, I thought they were both in color.
Yeah, I saw True Grit. I saw it the other day. It's a good movie. Old spaghetti western.
All right.
But I thought Blazing Saddles was hilarious.
Mel Brooks.
Yeah, it's
Old
funny.
school. All right, let's take a quick commercial break. When we come back, more with our Tasty Tuesday. See what our crew is up to. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
The way you live your life says a lot about you. the way you choose to commemorate your lifetime can say even more. It's a single event that speaks volumes. So how do you celebrate a life? Dignity Memorial providers believe that your memorial service should be as unique as you are, reflecting your personality and your passions. It should be a perfectly tailored send-off, a fitting tribute for family and friends to celebrate the person they love. We're professionals at catering to your every need, right down to the catering. In fact, no detail is too small. So when it comes time for a fitting tribute, we'll see that your final wishes are beautifully fulfilled. It's what Dignity Memorial providers are known for. And why you should rely on us to see that your life is well celebrated. The celebration of a lifetime begins here.
Hi friends, it's Bree and Allie from Kids and Capes. Tune in Saturday mornings on the Brooklyn Cafe Kids Television Network at 10 o'clock, where we share fun and ideas. And remember, peace, love, and kindness.
Are your health issues stopping you from living the life you've imagined? Are you unable to do the things you want to do due to chronic pain or chronic health issues? Have you seen many doctors, taken multiple medications, but are still suffering? Or are you simply looking for ways to boost your immune system and live a long and healthy life? Total Holistic Center is the solution you've been looking for. We provide you with out-of-the-box, cutting-edge scientific technologies for true health, wellness, and anti-aging via phone, in-person, or virtual video consultations. Some of our services include total wellness consultations, where we dig deeper into underlying root causes of chronic health issues, and personalized 360 wellness protocols customized specifically just for you based on your individualized biomarkers. Visit us at www.totalholisticcenter.com or call us at 561-323-4994.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back, and I hear that the Slick is Tom and Jerry with
You like Tom and Jerry?
Yeah, they got a movie coming out, live action.
Are you gonna go see it?
Of course, yeah.
He goes live action.
Not
It's
live
a-
action, but
it's
like
Who Framed-
real people in
It's like-
cartoons.
think more like Who Framed Roger Rabbit than
Yeah, it's like
something else.
it's like real people in cartoons.
Like Jessica Rabbit?
Yeah, something
Sure.
like that. Yeah,
Let's go. Sure.
but not very three-dimensional. They have like I think they look very two-dimensional from the
Which
commercial.
again works perfectly. It's Tom and Jerry.
Eminem, have you ever seen the cells behind you? Those are original animation cells.
Ooh.
We've got Tony the Tiger.
Like classic '60s Tony the
I
Tiger
think that's
too.
Sylvester at the top.
No, that's Sylvester and his son, which is weird.
And
It's
what's
always
the name
weird
of
to me.
the
Foghorn Leghorn?
the rooster?
Foghorn Leghorn?
Foghorn Leghorn?
Yeah, Foghorn Leghorn.
So those are original cells. Remember back in the day when things actually, each animation was drawn by hand?
Oh, of course I knew. Of
No, I
course I
didn't.
knew about that. I studied
Did you do that?
I know how to do it. I think I did it once. I did it once back in my bachelor's, and it's a painstaking process.
No, definitely.
But don't get me wrong. I actually know how. Yes, I know how to do that. Well, a lot of animation is still pretty much done like that. Well, not like that, But it's the same concept. But it's the same concepts. Like I said, those 12 rules of animation never change.
The 12 laws of animation.
Well, rules of animation.
What are the 12 rules? I'm afraid to ask.
Okay, so
I just opened up Pandora's box, Gio.
timing. Like I said, timing, posture, not posture, squash and stretch, gravity. I think I forget the rest of them.
Squash and stretch. That would be really funny. Let's squash and stretch us like silly putty. We could be animation with it, and then like Lizzie McGuire, where they squash, stretch.
That's how because that's actually how it's done. I mean, you don't realize how fast things move.
You do
How
realize
fast things move.
you have Eminem over there twirling her hair. She's not worried. That's what? You guys do.
I keep forgetting your name's Eminem.
She's a Disney cast member, former.
Yeah, I'm a former.
Did you like animation?
Yeah, I like animation.
She wore the big head.
I did.
Which one?
Minnie, Mickey, Donald, Stitch, Piglet, Abu.
Is it true what they said about the suits?
It depends on what you're asking.
What do they do with the suits?
They're very hot, yes. Only one way in, one way out.
What did he ask about the suits?
And he didn't. He's being facetious.
Oh.
He's doing the Hector thing.
Yeah, no, boy. Yeah, no, Blaze is dying over there.
You were Stitch also?
Yeah.
That is so cool.
I still know all the signatures, so they're like imprinted in my brain. Like, they're there.
Wow.
And you took all the pictures in the suit and everything
I
else?
did. I have a bunch of pictures.
What did you do, 8-hour shifts?
I mean, it depends. It's a lot of like.
It was hot in there, no?
Yeah.
That's the problem with them suits. It's like the booth we have here for singing that Slick got us. It's about 400 degrees in there.
400 degrees. Stop.
Did you see what you did to Blake? He lost 12 pounds without trying.
Where is Blake's music, by the way? I was hoping we were going to need to hear it today.
It's Mitch should have a sample of it, but it's mastered with a pop feel to it. Didn't he do like a pop? Like he did a pop EDM mix to it. Amit.
So
yeah, I seen the sample that he was working on. I don't know if he's finished with it, but
I got a new voice coming for the sample he did for the score. It should be here tomorrow.
the voice is right here. I don't
It's
understand where you.
outstanding.
The voice is right here.
I can't wait to see it, Blake, because he's been talking about it since you sent it last week, how amazing it is. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm looking forward to seeing it.
We are going to be talking about that because that's another way of highlighting the music industry. It's not only about dropping beats and tunes and all that. You got to do something a little bit different with it.
Well, that's business in general and everything changing. Have any of you guys been back to the theme park since this whole situation?
Yeah, I have.
using whose money?
And?
I mean, they're not bad because I've been. When I went to the theme parks, because at the beginning, during summer, I was a Universal annual pass holder and I still worked for Disney. So I would go to both of them. And my rule always was only go on weekdays and at 2 o'clock leave. Because after 2 o'clock, everyone's there and the weekends don't go. It's bad.
Now, did you get on the rides?
Yeah, I would go on rides.
That's the part that scares me. Right? Because they don't wash down the rides every time people get out of
So
them.
they don't they don't wash them every time. They wash them like it's gotten more lax. I think at the beginning it was like 15 to 30 minutes. They would like stop the line and then do a massive cleaning.
You see, I will go to a theme park with a can of, what do they call it?
You and the Ghostbusters.
I would look like
I feel like,
Ghostbuster.
you guys ever see original Ghostbusters? That's going to be Freddy at the theme park, and he's got like a hazmat in his hazmat suit, spraying things down. Mm-hmm.
That's what I would do. I do it now in the restaurants. I take a bottle of alcohol. You see my green bottle. And people know it's me already.
We've now tie-dyed our table with that alcohol.
No, you guys have destroyed the table.
That table has been destroyed, I
You
know.
don't put alcohol on that kind of table.
Yeah, we learned that.
You got to?
Yeah, 99. You gotta get all the germs. 99.99.
But not alcohol. There are other things you can use, Mr. Slick.
Like vinegar?
Oh, that's great. Yeah, use vinegar. That works.
Gasoline.
I mean, it's antibacterial.
That's the worst acid.
Is vinegar antibacterial?
Oh, yes.
It is?
Eats everything. I did a new floor one time in New York, and the guy took vinegar to clean it, and he ruined the whole floor.
This is right in your face.
It's okay.
So I look at you and I see.
Just dip it that.
A dip-a-da.
This way. No, go this way. Don't go back.
A dip-a-dip-a-da.
Anyway, so we're talking about new ideas of what you can do. And we got Eminem out here who has that whole.
She's going to start her new show.
Yeah.
And what's the name of it?
I don't have a name. I
That-
can't name things ever.
Sounds like a great name.
What's the concept of it?
So I want to go into the Enneagram. Enneagram?
Enneagram what?
Enneagrams. That's their, believe I'm pronouncing it right. I gotta listen to pronunciations. It's a personality test. There's 9 different personality types. And so I would love to like do an episode about like each one and then dive in and maybe get people here to take the test.
Have you checked Teddy's personality?
No.
Compared
She's
to
the
Val's
10th.
personality?
That was neutral good.
She's the 11th.
Teddy, we're going to check your personality.
I got the impression she was neutral good.
I think it would be fun if we had everybody take it. And
Let's
then,
do it.
Yeah, we can
No.
talk about them.
You got none. What do you do? What do you do if somebody has 2 types of personality?
So you usually have one, but you can be like a 4 wing 5 or wing 3. So your personality is a 4, but you also lean towards one or the other side of what they are.
So what do you
Enneagram?
Enneagram.
What do you call a 7 personality person?
I don't.
It's called civil.
Bipolar? I don't know.
Bipolar? Dawn, is your name Miss Bipolar?
An enneagram.
Yeah. Enneagram. That's how you say it.
ENNEAGRAM. I've never heard of it.
That's the name of the show, the Enneagram.
The enneagram. The 9 types of enneagrams are divided into heart type, head type, and body type.
Wow. You know, that's deep.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a deep Eminem?
I mean, I like those kind of stuff. They're fun.
They're fun.
I've never even heard of it. A heart type depends on the emotional intelligence to understand their own reactions and connect with others.
Mm-hmm.
The head types depend on their intellectual intelligence and make sense of things and navigate the world around them. And body types depend on instructional intelligence to follow their gut and respond to threats and opportunities. Wow. I don't even know which one I would be.
Actually, sounds like might be interesting, specifically if you have especially if you find like all kinds of varied guests.
Yes.
Because apparently, if you have them talked about themselves and then have them take the test afterwards and discuss the results, that would actually make for a very interesting interview show.
Mm-hmm.
What was the first one?
There's the giver, the receiver, and the individualist. The head types are the investigator, the skeptic, and the enthusiast. And then you have the challenger and the peacemaker. Wow.
Well, you put
What are
all these
you?
together?
I'm a 2 wing 3.
What's that mean?
So that's, I believe they're the giver. Sometimes they're like called the helper.
The giver and the achiever you are?
Yeah. So when you're a wing, you don't go necessarily into that category like all the way. You just kind of have certain traits. So I don't call myself an achiever. I just put myself in the giver category with like.
2s are defined by their desire to belong and to be loved by others. They are helpful, nurturing, and caring towards others. They are eager to involve themselves in others' lives. 2s rarely say no when others ask them for help and want to prove value to others by always being there for them. Slick, you are definitely a 2.
Slick, you're a 2. You're such a 2.
He might be a 4.
2s want to feel loved and appreciated, which
What's a
motivates
4?
them to express love towards others.
No, he's not 2. Look at a 4.
I think
The individualist.
I believe it's a 4, whichever one is also the performer, because they like to be in like.
In the front?
Yeah, and they like to be in like the center, and they like to have people.
That's a 4?
I think believe it's a 4.
You're like a triple 4.
Wow.
You're like a 4 quad. Wow.
What's the test like?
So you just ask a lot of questions, and you. It's been a while since I've taken it.
This is really cool.
It is.
Oh, this
a
is
great
going to be
show.
so much fun.
Are they always the same questions?
It depends on the site. So they're all the same kind of questions, and they ask you like, I strongly disagree or I highly agree, and then you.
Okay, but I think the real question I think I'm asking is, how accurate do you think those tests can be?
They're pretty accurate. You just have to go in and you have to think,
not about what you want to be seen as and how you feel like you are. Because a lot of times people will go and take these tests. They'll be like, oh, I want people to think I'm nice, or like I want people to think I'm caring, or I want to help them all the time. But in reality, they're like, I'm not like that.
So let me ask you the $1 million
Here's the
question.
link. Everyone can take it for free.
But don't give away the link. She's going to do it on the show. Just take it easy. Take it
I mean,
easy.
it might be too long to do it on the show because it is a.
Yeah, so you do a show a week and you cut it up.
10 to
Or,
15
you know,
minutes,
just-
22 pages, go
Or,
at
you
your
know,
own
just
pace.
Pick the most interesting questions to ask.
Don't use good Lord. You're taking the test. Now let me ask you a question. Are you able to size people up when you meet them?
I have not honed that skill yet.
But how do you know he was a 4?
He just gives me the energy.
So then you do hone that skill. You just don't want people to know that. So what do you think Blake is?
I don't know him well enough.
Nobody does. He's like a 0.
Wow. That's nice. Blake, you're a 4, man.
Listen to this. When faced with potential problems, it's difficult to avoid 1, getting stuck on the negative and becoming obsessive, or 2, emotionally shutting down.
What is that?
Which one would you of that? Which are more of you?
Who?
You.
Me?
Anyone.
Would
Would you shut down, or is it more difficult to avoid getting stuck on the negative and becoming obsessive, or emotionally shutting down?
Neither one. I don't want to be obsessive.
Emotionally shutting down?
No, I don't want that either.
Important values
Which
for
one are
me
you more
include,
likely to do?
Probably the obsessiveness.
see, so here's where it gets into my 2 personalities. I'm on number 2.
She's on 3 wings.
Important
Play that
values
three
for me include A, duty and responsibility, or B, harmony and acceptance.
I think responsibility is much bigger than your acceptance.
I tend to think the worst case scenario, or think that everything will work out for the best.
That's you.
Which one?
That one.
That things will work out for the best, or the worst case
You
scenario?
always think things are going to work out.
I
for
get
you.
overly concerned with doing better than others or making things better for others.
Yes, you do. Constantly. It's
I
like
respond
notion-making.
to adversity by feeling hardened and resolute, or discouraged and resigned.
I'm not going to say nothing.
And then it continues. The funny thing is, it starts off, do you normally go to the left or the right? So I pick the right, and all of my answers seem to be on the right. Isn't that funny? That's like crazy.
The answer's on the right or the left?
The right.
So why is that crazy?
Like when you get lost, you go left or right.
When I get lost, I have a tendency of going to the right.
Me too. When you
Everybody
guys get,
I just pulled up GPS.
if you get lost, you go right or left.
I go right.
Do you ever admit to going
I think I
to
go
be
left.
lost?
I think I go left. I think I go left when I'm lost.
It wouldn't surprise me. And Slick, I know you go to the left too.
I go right.
Do you? I go reverse. I go back the way I came.
No, because the Boston taught me just go right. Just keep going right. You're gonna go right back to the
It's a
same
circle.
road.
You're gonna end up in the same place. Now, do you ever notice that people read these things, right? And they want to be a 4. And they try to fulfill those categories, even though they're an 8.
Yes.
It's the funniest thing I've ever seen.
So is it more important to fit in with others or stand out from others?
Probably stand out.
Stand out.
Eminem?
I mean, I would like to say stand out, but personally, I feel like I try to fit in.
Is it important for you to fit in more than standing out? I guess it's the better question.
I think it depends on the context, really. Like, you want to stand out in a good way.
Blake, first of all, you definitely like to fit in. Definitely. When I beg you to play the piano, you play one key.
Stand out, man. I mean, I felt like I was blending into the shadows until, you know, I found my anointing, or God tapped me on the shoulder and said, you know what, Slick, you need to buy another pair of shoes. You know?
You know,
You
you're
have to
beginning to
stand
worry
out.
me. I want you to take this test ASAP.
You have to stand out. I mean, it's gonna take a while. I can't say
You want to stand out doesn't mean you do it.
True. It doesn't. It's not gonna happen overnight. But I'll say take those baby steps into actually.
Well,
coming
this
into
is
your skin.
fascinating.
One of my favorite things is that once you take it, each category, they'll tell you like what other celebrities are also in that personality type, and then also fictional characters. So you can be like, oh, that's why I related to this character, or why I felt like I saw myself. And that's
Why'd you get into this?
I think I read a book or a magazine article about it, and I just
took off from there?
dove in.
Wow, it's amazing. You know, she has a bubbly personality. She never says no.
I know, she's
I asked
great.
her the other day if she changed the oil in my car. Sure, give me the keys. I'm like, seriously? She never says no. Do you think that you've grown from where you were to where you are now? Is it the same number?
Yeah, I'm still the same number, but I've definitely been able to harness it because they also will tell you stuff that you want to try to avoid. Being like, with 2, they're like, okay, think about stuff a lot before you always say yes. Make sure that it's possible, or if it's gonna cause you stress, say no. So I've been able to learn a lot about myself and be able to like help my mental state of mind, and then.
You think people take too much on and they can't get it done?
Yeah.
That is very true. People do that. It's a tendency in this place.
To what, take too much on?
Yes.
It's easy to take too much on in here, for some, because you're like,
It's funny because everybody has a glass and sometimes you overflow it. And then you end up drowning because you're taking too much on. And then it doesn't get done right.
or it gets, well, that's what happens. And there's days where you get to catch up and do a lot of things like we got to do today. But that's going to be a great show. When's it going to air?
I'm not sure yet.
When are we doing the elements?
We can do that today.
Yes, we are.
You also do tarot card readings.
Yeah, so I'm still like learning it. I'm currently making my own tarot cards.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
She's
well,
making
because
her own.
I'm done,
This gets really
I wanted
good.
a pretty pack, and then I was like, you know what? Let me make my own, because then I know what's really like they mean, because I made them myself, and then they fit.
Is that a thing? You make them yourself?
Yeah, I'm
Really?
How many
designing them.
cards are in a tarot card deck?
78.
And they all have different, so you're like going to do the King of Swords or whatever it is?
Yeah, they all have different meanings. and
Is that the deck that has the card of death?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, how many death cards are there in this pack of 78?
Well, there's only one of each.
Okay, do you want to hear a funky story?
You're gonna want to sit down for this one.
We went to where was that? The
Silver
game
Ball
room.
Museum.
Silver Ball Museum. And there was a tarot card lady there. And Freddie cuts the deck, picks the death card. Again, picks the death card.
Well, wait,
a
it
second
starts,
time.
it starts, and she sits down, and she says, would anyone like to pull cards?
Yes.
And
Yes.
Paul Vadiato says, Freddie, you do it.
Yes.
And Freddie
They
goes-
volunteered me,
Freddie
which
goes,
I never do.
Okay, and you never do these things. He goes, okay, I'll do it. And she says to him, now, if you pull the death card,
No, when you pull the death card.
don't worry, it does not mean death.
Yeah, it's not.
He pulls a card, death card. And she goes, like I said, it does not mean death. Pull another. 3 more. Pull another. Death card again. Correct?
I died 3 times. And she
And he kept
says, oh,
going
Freddie, don't
3
worry about it. But
times.
she's looking like, oh my God, is that lightning coming? 3 times. I said, how many cards are in the deck of death cards? She says 1. And I pulled it 3 times.
I mean, it's not always a bad card. It
I'm
doesn't
going to tell you
always mean
something,
death.
Ronnie. That's when we got the radio
But it was
station.
true.
It's supposed
It
to be
was.
changed, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's like
But I'm going to tell you 3 things happened. It's the reason we're here physically today.
It was the end of a couple things for us in business and the beginning of us doing some other things. That's what brought us here into a new space, new crew, new
Yeah,
things.
New things. And it was amazing because you got sick also when we did all of this. And we were gypsies on the road. We had no home. And I just kept, and that's why I would never pull that card again. My heart can't take it.
But she was right. She said it's just about things ending and new beginnings.
Yes, but not all at the same back to back to back.
It was backer to backer to backer.
the death card isn't the worst card. So
Which is the worst than the
it's
death card?
the Tower.
I got one of those too.
It's not a good card. It just kind of means that it's all gonna fall apart and everything's
That's what happened.
not good.
And it happened all at once.
It happened all at once.
It's amazing.
And I had trees wandering through the forest
she got the good
with
stuff.
2 cups and all.
She had all the stars, the moon, and the planets, and the water coming to quench your thirst. And me, I was drowning in a sea of death cards. It was
So you're
fun.
making your own.
I am.
Are they gonna have different characters on them?
So I'm using Photoshop, so I'm making collages.
Wow. That's really cool. Does it change the energy, you think?
I think it does. I mean, yeah.
Now, I got to ask you, are you dating?
No.
I wonder why. When you date somebody and you know right away what you're looking for, 2 or 4 or 6 or something like that, so you meet that individual, what number are you looking for?
I need to look into, I'm not necessarily sure. I haven't really dove into that part yet, but like they all have their companionships. It's like the same with like zodiac signs. Like what other numbers are you the most compatible with and who you're not going to get along with.
And you believe in this stuff?
Yeah. I mean, it's very accurate because it's not like zodiac where it can't change.
Zodiacs change, right?
No, because zodiacs just stay the same. So I don't always believe in zodiac because it's something that's like given to you at birth. With like personality tests, your personality changes and the test will change also, and your numbers can change to how your personality has evolved.
And what sign are you now?
I'm a Taurus.
Oh God.
When's your birthday?
April 27th.
Oh God.
My sister's is the 28th.
Oh God. My ex-wife, Taurus. My first girlfriend, Taurus. Taurus have the horns, and I felt them both.
They're the bulls. Yes.
It's so funny. I can't believe that you're a Taurus.
Why?
She might be stubborn, but the other traits.
But she's
of
so
Taurus,
sweet on the outside, right? She's so giving and
Yeah,
caring
she's like a storm.
and.
Never mind. Don't mess with the Taurus. I gotta tell you that. Oof. Hey Blake, are you a Taurus?
I'm a Virgo.
Of course you are.
Hector, what sign are you?
Didn't we talk about this before?
Yes,
Probably.
we're talking about it again. What sign are you?
Sagittarius.
Oh my God, it's like my sister. Yep. Hey Slick, what are you? A Virgo?
Yeah, a cardinal sign, something like significant, you know.
What's Teddy's sign?
September 5th.
I know, but what sign is that?
I don't know. Teddy, what sign are you?
August is September. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
August to September is supposed to be Virgo. September.
August is Taurus.
No, Taurus is in spring.
April's Taurus.
April's Taurus.
What sign are you? I'm a Virgo. And what sign is Cracker Barrel?
Libra. She and
What
Slick.
is Aries sign?
It's in March.
Between Virgo and Leo.
Of course you are.
Because, oh wait, do you want to hear an interesting astrological fact?
Yeah.
Yeah, grab a mic.
Is it supposed to be there's a 13th sign no one uses?
No, that's a stupid thing. No, so I took an astrology class when I was in college for like one of my humanity credits. And our astrology teacher said that because, and this is a real thing, because the Earth's axis has shifted about 3 centimeters since they made the zodiac signs in ancient Greece, you actually have to like look up on a virtual star chart, because if you just go by the dates that people give you, they're not real. Yeah. And also, fun fact, Libra isn't a real zodiac sign. It was added in by the Romans like decades later because the Romans put their hand into everything, and that's why it's the only non-living sign and why it's connected to one of the other signs.
What's a Libra?
Libra is a scales.
Yeah, it was added
So
in.
every other zodiac sign is a living creature, a living person, except for the scales, because the Romans believed in their justice system.
Yeah.
So when they took over Greece and they, changed all the names of the gods, they also decided they wanted their own zodiac sign and put Libra in. So Libra is
So
not real.
if you're not a real Libra, what would you be?
It splits between the two. I don't remember. I don't know the whole thing. I just took a class on
That's
it.
interesting.
I don't know it in
because
order.
You're a Libra, right?
No, I feel like I'm a Libra because, we came late to the party, so.
So,
they
know.
added it. I mean,
But yeah, you actually have
because
to.
I took astronomy too, and then he was saying the same thing. Like basically, you have to go on this site to find your zodiac sign, and I was never that big into zodiac signs, but I'm like, okay, I mean, I won't do it, but all right, cool.
I did it, and mine changed from a Virgo to a Leo.
Oh.
So
Which
you're
is-
on the cusp of Leo and Virgo?
Well, if you go by the original dates, I'm a Virgo. But if you actually, like, if you look up when I was born, where the sun and the moon were, I'm a Leo. Because everything's changed.
You know, there's a belief that we pick the sign that we want to be born under.
Just like we pick our parents.
Yeah. So that if you are on the cusp, like I'm on the cusp of Pisces and
Aries.
And Aries, I wanted to be a Pisces. And it's funny because I never want to be an Aries. I would never. I would
But
change
it's
my date of
also,
birth.
it's also a thing of, you know, you get personality, allegedly you get a personality mix between the two. Like, I think I'm a pretty good mix of a Leo and a Virgo. And, you know, my mom is a Cancer.
You ever thought of a sign and say, no, I don't know why. Maybe I was an Aries in another life. It has no more Aries.
Didn't Chelsea do your chart?
Oh, yeah.
Chelsea, can you do my chart?
She will, my daughter.
She does charts.
She does.
I'm going to text her.
Scare
But
the
Chelsea,
hell
do
out of
mine.
me.
She just needs a time of day you were born and I think the city. And you said she was spot on.
She was very scary. Very scary.
Talks about your true nodes and your moon and your Saturn and all of those things and where things cross. And
When people talk about your emotional state of mind, it's one thing. But when you read it and you sit there, you go, whoa. You look around and make sure nobody else is looking at this thing. But she was dead on.
something about siblings, I remember.
Yeah.
There is some things, though, that you have to get someone who's really good at it, because a lot of them I hate. Because a lot of them are very, like, you're really loyal and you're detail-oriented. Like, who's going to say, like, no, I'm a very unloyal person and I don't ever look at anything twice? Like, no one would ever... No one except for Hector would ever say anything like that. Or, like, you hate stress and you dislike toxic people.
Again,
like,
doesn't
no one's
everybody?
Yeah.
I love
So,
toxic people.
You know...
It's open to piss them off.
But I love toxic people because it allows you to be real. I
Okay,
think that when
well.
you're not toxic, you're not being real. Look at Mr. Look who's in the house.
Ah, for hanging out with the man.
Yes, we were just talking about him. Talking about. Hey, Tommy, what sign are you?
When's your birthday?
When's your birthday?
September 21st.
Well, what sign
Scorpio.
is that?
Scorpio.
That was another ex-wife.
He is a Scorpio. All right, let's take a quick commercial break. I love this whole thing, Eminem.
Thank you.
It kind of goes with your name, though, too. An Eminemogram.
Yeah.
An Eminemogram. That's what would be the name of your show.
Be cute.
An Eminem immigrant?
Because it's an emigram, so we can call it an emigram.
Yeah.
Emigram with emigram.
I never
Eminem
realized
with
that she
Emigram.
was so there. You know, she has this whole. You would think of.
But it goes with the whole Disney thing. It goes with that whole
nothing
animation,
in no
creative
Disney
mind.
thing.
It's a whole
Well,
creative
she's
mind.
a fairy. Let's tie her up to the.
Apparently, she and I don't weigh enough to do that. We found out. Sad fact.
The two of you can grab onto the one leash.
Sad fact that we are not heavy enough to be Tinkerbell flying from the
Isn't that a
castle.
shame?
Yes, as a matter of fact, that was on my bucket list. I gotta tell you.
Yeah, what?
Huh?
They're
I'm
not
sorry,
like.
You could be Tinkerbell faster than she and I could be.
They're
I'm
too light.
confused.
They're too light. They
We
can't
would get
fly on
stuck
the wind.
halfway down the
wait,
zip
wouldn't-
line.
Wouldn't I be ideal though?
It makes no sense.
You get stuck.
Can you imagine
And
me
then
going in
somebody's
a
gotta
zip
go up
line?
to get you.
That's a good
I go,
point.
Freddie, I'm stuck.
Didn't
And I
think
go,
about
I'll
that.
see you later, Stack.
All right, let's take a quick commercial break. When we come back, give us a call. Emigram, I love this. 888-994-4995. We've got the Artful Dodger or the Dodger in the house. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Let's all welcome a new sponsor to the show. It's AMP2 TV, the first and only internet production company that's truly plugged in. When you're looking for a full-service internet TV radio production company, discover AMP2 TV, a full-service production company that can provide all streaming videos in studio or remotely. They offer web page development, and they use all the latest platforms to help make all your business selling points more powerful. They can do remotes or live radio streaming as well as tape productions for social media platforms and television. AMP2 TV can handle all of your television needs, including closed caption for a perfect on-air telecast. Choose from a variety of creative TV and radio packages or visit one of their many studios to get your creative juices flowing. Come and see why AMP2 TV works with many major companies, including Comcast, Bravo, and Fox 29, as well as individuals and businesses of all types and sizes. To see samples of their work or to find out more, visit their website at amp2.tv. That's A-M-P, the number 2.tv, or call them at 866-224-5422. Feel free to call for a quote or just a consult of how to put your business on a social media platform or radio platform, or just doing a show that is covered by all platforms. Call 866-224-5422 and make an appointment. That's 866-224-5422.
Hi, I'm Robin Weiss, and I'm a rhinestone artist and rhinestone art instructor. 12 years ago, when I retired from my nail business, I decided to become a rhinestone artist. But then I soon realized there was nowhere that I could go to find the adequate combination of tools or even instructions of how to go about enjoying this craft. My passion for this beautiful medium we know as rhinestones and what I knew they could create drove me to figure out a way to create this magical craft that I now teach. I have developed the perfect rhinestone crafting starter kit, which contains the perfect rhinestone crafting pickup stick. I created this kit to help others and to show you that rhinestone crafting is a craft whose time has come. Filled with fun, rhythmic, and therapeutic, the amount of items that you can cover is endless. Not to mention the places this craft will take you and the people you will meet if you should decide you want to get to artist level. You can watch my creations and watch me work on the Brooklyn Cafe TV show every Thursday, where I'll be blinging for Dawn, and sometimes Freddie. While we enjoy each other's company, I'll be bringing you the most beautiful and fun creations to inspire you to try this craft. You can also find me on Real Housewives of Bling at Instagram and also my Facebook group. That is where I'll show you all of my crystal creations while you follow me on my rhinestone journey.
Hi, I'm Tracy McDonough, owner and founder of Healing Moments. Healing Moments is a healing playroom, a mind, body, spirit center. Our service is love and compassion, and the environment is soothing, peaceful, and inviting. Every area is designed for healing and peace. We deliver services such as massage therapy or lymphatic drainage, energy healing and Reiki, chakra balancing, physical vascular therapy for circulation and pain, vibrational medicine using frequencies and oils, and music in order to calm and relax your mind, body, and spirit. We also offer detoxification services using infrared sauna, ionic foot baths, and power plates. All of our modalities are designed to reduce stress, anxiety, induce relaxation, relieve pain, and provide detoxification and inflammation reduction for optimal healing and wellness.
Welcome to Lost Harbor Spirits, a world where pirates inspire our spirits, treasures remain undiscovered, and flavors are infused with the essence of mysterious voyages. We invite you to join us on our journey inspired by the undiscovered Spanish fleets lost in the 1600s, the treasures that have been buried with them, and of course, the lost harbors that remain abandoned on the foggy coasts of Florida. Proudly distilling in West Palm Beach, Lost Harbor Spirits is a true treasure waiting to be discovered.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back.
And we were back at the Brooklyn Cafe Show. That was really interesting. M&M's, enneagrams. It's like
I
you
know.
doing the test? Yeah. You gotta let me know. I'm only on page 6 of 22. And Blake's doing it too. They got very quiet.
I know. It is dangerous to take that test.
We've got the Artful Dodger in the house, which is interesting that you're here, Hector, because the Artful Dodger is our new watering hole to the mind of a man.
Yeah, never been there.
And it's right on the corner, and Hector's our animator and our chef. He has a cooking show with us on Saturdays.
Oh, really? Great.
Uh-huh.
You show me what you got sometime.
Well, I have a sample, but you already told me that you already ate.
And that is the mind of Hector.
That is the mind of Hector. Tommy. Don't walk down that mind.
What is happening with the Artful Dodger?
Nothing. Had a good week. It looks like the COVID, stuff is starting to relieve a little bit, and people are feeling a little safer coming out. Maybe they're getting their shots and stuff like that. But just trugging along. Still got a lot of live music going on. Tonight we have Dart League. Thursday we got poker for anybody who wants to come over, and just hoping to have another winning week.
And you guys play poker?
What kind of poker are we talking about?
Hold'em. Oof.
Hold'em.
I think they might play some side games for the guys to get knocked out and stuff like that. They might do some stud, but
Yeah.
I think pretty much Texas Hold'em.
Yeah, I get that. I'm more used to stud than hold'em.
I think there's not as many stud players in this area.
Yeah,
so
I figured as much.
You play Hold'em? Play stud?
I don't know what's the minimum bet.
I don't play stud.
I think it all, it's a sliding.
Heck, you should go check it out.
What about blackjack?
No blackjack.
No, you don't play a lot of blackjacks in bars.
Poker night for the guys. Sleek, you play
During
poker?
normal business hours or.
Spades.
You play
You
spades?
play spades? We used to play spades on the bus when we used to play games,
Spades.
baseball games. A lot of spades.
Yeah, but I don't think he plays spades. That's okay.
I'm excited because we've got a new winery and brewery we're going to be talking to down in Miami with the Miami Brewing Company.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
So that'll be, I don't know what kind of beers you have, but maybe we can make that introduction when we find out what they've got.
Well, we got to find out what they have first.
Exactly.
But we're excited because the guy wants us to go down there. Not too many people let us go into a brewery.
And they make everything with fruits, I think. He said he's got a guava beer and mango wine. Kind of cool.
They don't use the regular.
I actually tried. I think their mango shandy. I think they call it.
Okay.
Was it good?
It's good. It's a little sweet for my taste, but it's good. People would like it.
Interesting, right? So he's actually the nephew of one of our artists here.
Really? Yeah, I'd be happy to talk to them or see what they got. I work with Biscayne Bay Brewing Company down there, and we keep almost all our taps are local.
I was going to ask you that.
Yeah, we only have 7 beers on tap, but 5 or 6 of the taps are all local, whether it's Prosperity or Biscayne Bay or...
You got the White Wizard?
I had it. I had it on draft, and I think I have it in bottles now.
Yeah.
Barrel of Monks. How do you decide? Choose on beers. There's so many now local breweries and brewing companies in our area.
You kind of just taste it and
See what you like.
Some things are, if anything's extreme one way or the other, too sweet or way too bitter, most people aren't going to bite onto it. But try it, you put it on and see what happens, or you have a promotion for it that night and let people try it, and you find out fast whether they like it or not.
Barrel of Monks is right up the street. We haven't seen him in a little bit.
But we've had him on. I remember the first time he came on, and he brought us all these different beers. We had beer for months, remember? Mm-hmm. And it was the White Wizard that we tried that day. It was delicious. And then every time I go to Publix, I used to say, oh, look, Barrel of Monks.
But it's really great that I love to see that these local breweries that start with an idea and start with one, how they get like the big one, Buddha, how they got Funky Buddha.
That's an amazing story.
It's an incredible story. I mean, you talk about a story of the American dream, right? You come over and you start with an idea and you just keep going. Yeah. I have never met him. They used to be my neighbor, but he was always working, so I only met her and the kids walking around the neighborhood in strollers. And I've bought them out. Seagram's, I think.
One of the big.
Or whoever owns Seagram's, I shouldn't say Seagram's, but that bottling company. Talk about a story, right?
It's a nice story.
It's a great story, but
know,
just takes an idea and some marketing.
I used to think when I was living in New York in an apartment that you made beer in your tub.
Really?
I think some of these guys still do.
You make the beer in your tub. Somebody told me that once.
Really?
Yeah. And I said,
So
"What?"
after you use your Mr. Bubble, you clean out the tub and then you make moonshine.
Listen, there was a guy in New York. He had a chicken store.
Yeah.
And he had an apartment that had 6 bathrooms.
Yeah.
I went there, and all the bathrooms had plastic in them, and he had the chickens. Different chickens went from one vat to another, marinating them. He was the #1 chicken guy in New York City.
I'm
That's
glad you were
such a true
marinating. I
story.
thought they were live, and I'm thinking they're moving the chickens.
Yeah, they
from
were live. They were live.
Yeah, so he
The
was
Kentucky
raising-
Fried Chicken. He was like, no! He was marinating them with 6 different herbs and spices.
Wow.
And I thought he was kidding me until I went to his house. And he says, yeah, that's 24, that's 12 hours, 8. I mean, it was just ridiculous the way he did this.
Wow.
It was
You just
ridiculous.
never know, right? And that was Colonel Sanders back in the day. I mean, it just takes an idea.
That's some idea.
It just takes an idea and a little bit of grit, and you do it. But is poker night one of your busiest nights?
It is a good night. It is a really good night. It's a lot of newcomers mixed with people that go there all the time for regulars, so it's a good, meet and greet, and it's really laid back time, and it goes on. You can play as little or as long as you want.
So, look, did you take Blake over there? Or you went with Amit?
I went.
No, I took Cardelli.
PBS and
Oh, Cardelli, okay.
Cardelli, Amit, PBS.
Do you have a karaoke night?
We do. Wednesday evening,
At what time does that start?
7 o'clock.
Slack.
Do you have like the worst karaoke and the best karaoke?
I know.
I would say actually it's pretty accurate.
No, you give out a
The worst
prize. You
karaoke
give
is
out
the
the
best
donkey's
karaoke.
rear end as the
no,
worst.
No, people would cry. People take it really seriously. They would never come back. You have to lie.
In bowling, the last place team got the donkey's trophy.
But there are some people that really,
No,
so you
they
think
put
you
their
can
heart and soul in
sing.
this, and even if they're horrible, this is their 15 seconds of fame.
Slick, I want you to go there on Wednesday night and do karaoke.
See,
I'll
Wednesday,
film him.
that's the thing, I work, so yeah.
Oh, that's the day you work.
Yeah. Thursday I don't. So
He's
I
open
would've
till
came-
2.
I would have come. I could do a special
You ain't
selection on
working till
Thursday.
2.
He's open at 2, so I can come in at 2.
Till 2.
Until 2. Yeah, I can come in. Yeah. Yeah, after work, yeah.
We should do a karaoke here and then send them to Tommy. Like, test your karaoke.
Test your karaoke skills. Blake's got the rolling on the
I'll
music
shut
over
the
there. We
house
could do that.
down with my
Yeah, shut down.
karaoke.
Blake can actually sing.
Can you? I guess that would be a yes.
You
Because
can
he didn't
sing?
say no.
Somebody told me that he could sing.
Ah.
Blake is one of those people
told you that?
doesn't. Well, what difference does it make? Can you or can't you? Not too bad.
A little bit.
He's got a great radio voice, Blake. Why are we not using him for voiceovers?
Because Blake is everything is inward with him. You gotta wait until some out comes. A little bit of out. He actually did a nice score piece in music, and I'm dying to play it, but I'm waiting for the voiceover to come. Slade did a nice voiceover, yes, but I want a deeper voice, deeper.
Baxter, I want to send you over to the Artful Dodger.
To do what?
Throw darts.
Let's go.
I gotta break something it's a good way. I gotta break something that way if you do that. No, you know that, right?
Aren't you a
Throw the
good
shot.
thrower of dart thrower?
No, I once threw a dart so hard that I
Right,
missed the
last
board and
one.
got stuck inside the slate.
He's like, wow,
And I
okay,
was
maybe
never allowed to
not.
play
Don't
darts,
send them,
and
don't
I was
send
never
them.
allowed to play darts ever again.
And you were always talking about getting your food into a restaurant and showing some off of your baking, and there you go.
Oh yeah, but I can't imagine he already has his own guys.
We have cooks, and I got one chef. And,
He talked himself out of everything.
I'm always open to new ideas. And
It's not telling us out of everything. It's called being a realist.
Well, Tommy, we were talking to a gentleman called Jeff Greenberg who does promo stuff for you, and we're talking about putting together business seminars because as the virus begins to knock on wood, subside, you want to start introducing new concepts into older ideas like watering holes and things of that nature, and coming up with different ideas and ideologies and things of that nature. So you know, like the robots and everything else that we've been talking about with people, to try different things. Take a picture, win a bag of coffee, and things of that nature. You know, come up with a drink. If you have a certain bottle, you got to come up with a drink for your bartender. You know, stump the bartender. They used to play that game back in the day. Stump. Do you know how to make this, this, and that? And I had this guy. He was really good.
But different branding materials. It'd be cool. We were talking about doing like mics for us. He could do a dart that says the Artful Dodger. I mean, I love the name on it. I mean, there's so many things he could do.
To do a beer mug or things of that nature. But you only want to have a certain number because you want to make it spectacular.
Remember the Hess trucks? They only came out for Christmas?
That's right.
Like that.
I'm aware.
You have yours?
I have like 30 of them.
That's just
once a year. My grandmother would. That's what she did. She got her grandkids a Hess truck once a year, and you wreck the first 3 when you're little, and then
you save them.
You save them, and now they're worth considerably more.
I still have my original.
Doesn't Gio collect the Hess trucks?
I took it from him.
Why would you do that?
Because I got my kids Hess trucks when they were kids, and they threw them around. So I put them in
that's
a
what he
box.
said, right? You don't know.
It's exactly. The ones that are all broken and stuff like that are probably worth a lot more than anything else.
Well, I kept these in pristine condition. Matter of fact, when they fixed the laundry room, they took all those things out and I had to put them in boxes again.
So it's just an idea. It all starts with an idea and marketing and limited edition, and people want more of it.
You want to hold on to old school because then it becomes throwback and then it becomes priceless, you know?
Yep.
That's really what it comes down to. What was I watching? I saw somebody had a picture of Tom Seaver pitching to Hank Aaron at Shea Stadium. And it sold for $250,000, signed by both players, which is amazing. You know, we got Branca's shot heard around the world that he signed. The only thing is they went on tour and they signed 1 million of those things, so that lowered the price.
But you never know. And the piece you have over there, the hockey piece, what's it?
That's the Miracle on Ice. And every hockey player that beat the Russians signed that piece, except for Herb Brooks.
You a
he
hockey
died
fan?
before they signed it.
A little bit. I'm aware of that team and that story. It's a good story.
It's a great story about perseverance.
I wanted to show that to Jeff because Jeff is a big, he's from Canada. He's a big hockey player type of thing. But I love that piece. I love it. I put it there because I like to see it, and it's right in my view now, and I love it. I remember being in college when that team won that thing, and man, the streets of New York went crazy when they won. Crazy. I thought it was a joke. I thought it was like, who beats the Russians?
Well, Canadians. A lot.
Not that year. I think we beat the Canadians to get there, no?
You did.
Yeah.
That was the Olympic team, correct?
It was a good team. I think Ken Morrow and those guys went out to play for the Islanders. And they won a bunch of Stanley Cups. They were players. Roger Craig was on that team.
But it's perseverance. We talked about it yesterday. Finding a way, finding a niche, and now more than ever, you got to find that niche and what differentiates you from everyone else. And if you keeping your business clean and keeping people safe is what differentiates you, and that's going to bring more people in on a certain whatever it takes to do what you got to do. Some shaker cups.
Now you have an event coming up.
I
don't know if you wanted to talk about the Fem City event.
Yes, Fem City, March 26th. I've got a Bit.ly link, which I'm excited about. Is Brooklyn Cafe Femmes on our Bit.ly link, so we're going to be sharing that out. For Fem City, Boca del Rey is going to be here in partnership with Lost Harbor. We're making 2 drinks, cocktails, right here in the studio. Up to 14 people. The rest will be virtual. So I'm excited. It's going to be a great event. I think Teddy's going to bartend. Summer's going to come up with some recipes. Everyone's going to get their own little kit. This is not it, but it's going to be a little kit. It's going to have a shaker from Lost Harbor. She's got some great little things we're going to put together. Everything will be included, including the juices, the drinks. I guess we could do a corkscrew. We could probably do that also. Talk about that, and it's Fem City Boca del Rey on networking. So stay tuned for your inbox. I have a Fem City link for a discount. So instead of $150 for the year membership, it's only $99 with our Boca del Rey membership through the Brooklyn Cafe. Everything goes to Fem City. So that's a huge savings, and you get 30 days free trial. It's a great event. We've worked with Fems for 3 years already? Met a lot of great people. It's actually how we ended up right here in this space, was through one of the events I went through.
Very good organization.
Remember that first event I went to? You talk about Dare to Dream.
Mm-hmm.
It
That's how
was
we got here when you went to that event.
3 years ago. I went next door to a pound and pour class that was exercise and drinking. I was like all in. I went with my good friend, our good friend Jen Gutschmidt, and I looked around. We were very happy where we were, and we said, "Dare to dream. If I ever was going to have our own studio, can you imagine being in a warehouse?" Never to realize 6 months later we were going to be right here and share a wall where I said, "Dare to dream." So always, I mean, you talk about hope, dare to dream, because here we are.
And right after,
Even after 3 death cards.
and right after that event, we are going to be launching Inside the Mind of a Man. Probably going to use Tommy's place to launch this thing.
Actually, after this Sunday's event, you're going to be launching this starting
We're going
Monday.
to be launching that, and we have Maria from Manscaped is going to be the official manscaper.
Something about it just is like, I just don't even want to watch the trimming situation.
It doesn't necessarily have to be trimming. It could be just guys hanging out, having cigars, and having the man's club, because they got Fem City, which is all women, except that Vinny and Slick got to come to the event. I'm still trying to figure that one out.
Women need eye candy.
Yeah, well, that wasn't much candy. That's all I got to say. But anyway.
The mind of Hector.
You and Vinny were eye candy. Holy, now I've heard everything.
There is your tagline. Women need eye candy too.
There you go. So you got
Valerie,
taglines.
write that down. Women need eye candy too. That is the tagline of the mind of a man.
Inside the mind of a man.
Life is like a
Well, I'm
box
gonna
of
tell you
chocolates.
something.
Welcome to Hector's mind.
Is Jeff Greensburg effed up nights also all male, or is that male and female?
Male and female.
Okay.
That is a networking event that we are looking to pull forward. Maybe though.
Maybe we could hold that at Tommy's place, because they want to bring in like 35 people.
That's what I'm thinking.
And here we told them we didn't have to.
We're more
go.
limited on capacity, but they want to do a networking event, and always looking for sponsors to do it, and a place that will hold it safely. And
Yeah, we're good up to 100.
so I think let's call Jeff, because Jeff, now we got a place.
We do, and the idea is to be able to use both sides of your place, and we're going to maybe introduce some entertainment that night as well, and give Jeff a nice, because he wants to do something to start his career in the business, because he just opened up his new place.
So I think that'll be a great connection.
Yeah, sounds great.
Promo stuff for you. And they can happen sooner rather than later. Us, we're a little bit later. Tommy's already got the place. He's got the space, and he's open for business.
Yep, and he's right up
And
the
food
street.
and drink is already there.
Yeah. No, it's good stuff. It opens up a different idea, different venues and things of that nature.
Sounds good.
What are you showing me, Slick?
His personality, what are you?
It's a 4.
You got a 4?
I'm getting 4s, 5s.
Eminem said you were a 4.
It's like at this distance, you don't really see his cell phone.
Eminem, you were right. He's a 4.
4, 5, and 8. But 4 is like, standing out. She was great.
Wow.
You already took the questions? It's like 16 pages of questions.
He found a shorter one.
I still
You were right. He's a 4.
4.
You're pretty good. It makes sense. Look at her. All right, so you got to get, when else are you in this week?
I'm in Thursday.
All right, let's check the board. You may be starting your show on Thursday.
Okay.
See, she never says no.
He's a quattro. Look at him. He's all he's all wrapped up. Has a quattro
How
ready to
many
go.
different personalities are there? 9?
9.
There's 9. Yeah. I'm part of this thing.
You should make predictions on everybody and see how good your predictions are.
Yeah, what am I? What number am I?
I don't know. See, I don't know all of them well enough to.
Well, I'm not a 4. And I'm not a 2.
He's a 0 like me. 4s are exclusive. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You're making Tommy laugh, Slick. All right, let's wrap this up. Let's talk the Artful Dodger. Check out our new local watering hole. Freddie calls it Our Place, so check that out. It's on 20th and Federal Highway, right behind the Cannoli Kitchen, across the street from Publix, if you need landmarkers. So right around the corner from us.
It's not far from us. Check it out. Events, the stuff begins around 9, 7 o'clock.
Live music, yeah, but karaoke 7, poker right around 7, and live music on the weekend starts around 9 o'clock.
I want you to send me the winner of the karaoke night. See if they'll come on.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll bring it up tomorrow.
We can have some fun with this.
Karaoke's on Wednesday?
They might enjoy that a lot.
It gives them an opportunity to win. And then be fair about the scoring because we're going to have them come here and sing.
I can definitely offer that up.
Ooh, that could be fun. See that, Slick? What? You're a 4. You didn't see that coming.
I didn't see that coming?
No.
All right, more to come. Have a great day, everyone. Tune into Eminem's show on Thursday. Find out what your personality says about you. We'll see you tomorrow, 9 a.m. drive time.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show is over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. Well, see you next time.
Sleepless nights, I wait for you to bring me back to life. In my electric eyes, it doesn't mean that time can thicken every single breath. I want to unfreeze my heart and fly away. That's why I wanna say and craters, open up my eyes, waterfalls of ice, sweeping me away like an avalanche, helpless as I fall, the words can't say it all, sweeping me away like an for a sound, waiting deep inside my maze of sweeping thrills and colors. Just a ray of light, bathing me in drops of ink that gleams across my body. Wish you could unfreeze my heart and we could fly.